NLWN-TV now brings you the In the Dugout show. A look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, join us in the dugout.
Hello and welcome to our season opening edition of In the Dugout. Rick Olson here in the NLWN-TV studios, and we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's doubleheader between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the defending Chippewa River League baseball champion Tilden Tigers. Now, coming up in this edition of In the Dugout, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Cavs and the Tigers. Then we'll get Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister's perspective on today's game in the Ryan Bemnister Show. Following that, we'll take a quick look around the Chippewa River Baseball League to see how this season shapes up. And we'll also take a moment to get to know one of this season's Cavalier players in Cavalier Profile. Finally, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of today's games from historic Carson Park in Eau Claire. So it's time to get ready for some baseball action, and we'll do just that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Part-time job, full-time hustle, all-time shero to all of us. You nurture, we listen. You teach, we thrive. You lift our spirits, but we've got to lay down the truth. It's time for you, our shero, to stretch for the stars. A free online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Start saving more for retirement so you can feel prepared and live your life to the fullest. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. The Eau Claire Cavaliers opened their 2023 campaign when they took on the Spring Valley Hawks yesterday. Now, at the time of the recording of this program, that game had yet to be played, and we don't see into the future really well. And so we'll fill you in with the results during today's games. Now today, the Cavaliers are going to host the defending Chippewa River Baseball League champion Tilden Tigers in a doubleheader from historic Carson Park. The Cavaliers are coming off a successful, albeit rebuilding 2022 season where they posted a 19-12 overall record and were 10-8 in the Chippewa River Baseball League, which kept them just shy of making the playoffs. However, the Cavs did go on to compete in the Wisconsin Baseball Association state playoffs, winning their regional in Merrill before bowing out in pool play in Viroqua to the eventual state champion River Falls. Now, last season, the Cavaliers were led at the plate by 6 players who finished the season batting over 300. Of those 6, 5 will be returning for the 2023 campaign. They were led by Cooper Kapanke, who finished the season hitting .407 and scoring 25 runs on 37 hits, including 6 doubles, 2 triples, and 2 home runs, while driving in 18 runs. Other returnees include Gabe O'Brien, who hit .346 and scored 18 runs, while Josh Garcia hit .327. Caden Erickson batted .323, and Connor O'Reilly finished at .321. On the mound, the Cavaliers were led by the solid performance of 3 starting pitchers, however, only one of which will be returning this season. Leading the way for the Cavaliers last season was Austin Getch, who compiled a 7-0 record with 1 save and an ERA of 2.89, but he was closely followed by Lucas Costley, who had an ERA of 2.36 and a record of 3-5. Costley will be joined by several other pitchers returning for the Cavaliers from last year, who include Mitch Bowler, Jackson Vance, and Xavier Bemnister. Other players to watch for this season include Ironman Cole Tyman behind the plate, who brings experience and leadership to the team, as well as Ben Boda in the middle of the infield, Campbell Kapanke in the outfield, along with Chase Yeager. Now, this year's Cavaliers also include around 12 new faces who come to the Cavs following successful high school baseball careers or are currently playing collegiate baseball. Some of those include UW Eau Claire players Cade Mueller and David Jansen. Coming over from UW Stout is former Eau Claire Memorial standout Jack Redwine. Out of St. Mary's College of Minnesota are Eau Claire North product Andrew Milner and Eau Claire Memorial product Tyson Allen Woodcock. And coming to the Cavaliers from the University of Minnesota Duluth is former Eau Claire North pitcher Jalen Pascal. Look for UW Eau Claire pitcher Matt Moore to bolster the Cavs pitching staff, as he's already thrown a no-hitter this season for the Blue Golds. Also looking to contribute this year to the Cavaliers are Otto Treichel and Drew Wathke. Today, the Cavaliers open their home season by taking on the Tilden Tigers, who are hoping to repeat last year's CRBL championship. They also have some unfinished business, as they came only one run short of a state championship in last season's WBA tournament, dropping a 3-2 decision to the River Falls Fighting Fish. Now, last year, the Cavs split their 2 games they played with the Tigers, winning the first meeting 9-5 on June 1st and dropping the second 5-2 on July 10th. Leading the way at the plate for the Tigers last season was Jordan Steinmetz, who hit at a blistering .574 pace. Other effective hitters included James Gilbertson, who batted .550, along with Drew and Lucas Steinmetz, who each hit over .400. On the mound, PJ Lakoya led the way, going 9-0 on the season with an ERA of 0.72. Meanwhile, Steven Skatasa and Noah Hansen each posted ERAs of 1.82 with a combined record of 8 wins and 2 losses. Lakoya, Skatasa, and Hansen, along with Carl Krummenauer, will be returning to the Hill. In addition, the Tigers have added former Chippewa Falls Lumberjack Jimmy Schemenauer and former Cavalier Adam LaRock to bolster their lineup. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get manager Ryan Bemnister's perspective as we chat with him on the Ryan Bemnister Show. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Honey, the kids are antsy. What can we do that will keep all of us entertained and won't break the bank?
How about we take them to the Cavaliers game? Tickets are inexpensive, there's popcorn, hot dogs, and other baseball treats, and great baseball action.
That's right, Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball, your best choice for affordable family entertainment. Check out the schedule at www.eauclaircavaliers.org. The Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire presents The Ryan Bemnister Show, where Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister gives us his perspective on today's game. And now, The Ryan Bemnister Show.
Today we're at the Goat Coffee House talking with Cavalier manager Ryan Bemnister. And Ryan, I know that the Cavaliers opened their season yesterday at Spring Valley, but today it's your home opener. It's also your first season at the helm with the Cavaliers, so this has got to be pretty exciting.
It is. It's a whole new road for me. I was an assistant last year, so I got kind of my feet wet there. But being the head guy, it's going to be a little bit different, a little bit more stress, probably a little bit more fun, to tell you the truth.
Maybe a few more grays popping into the beard.
I really hope not.
You know, it's inevitable.
Yes, I know.
Now, since this is your first season leading the Cavaliers, could you please fill us in a little on your background?
Yeah, I'm from Eau Claire, born, raised, and stayed. I've been here for 46 years. Married for 21 to a lovely lady named Laura. We own the Go Coffee House. I've been coaching baseball for about 15 years, multiple levels, multiple divisions. Lots of experience in the travel part of the baseball stuff, so lots of competition, lots of stress type games for that. Been to the World Series once with our 13-year-old team, and I've had 4 regional tournaments and 1 regional championship. So.
Now, this season presents some challenges for the Cavaliers, with about half of your roster being made of new faces. With such a young team, where's the leadership among the players coming from?
Well, we're going to lean heavily upon the older guys, Gabe O'Brien, Cole Timon, Cooper, Kapanke. Let's see who else we got. Jackson Vance, Hav. Those guys have been here for 3, 4, 5 years. I'm going to really look at those guys a lot to kind of lead these boys into what they need to learn and what they need to do in the league and stuff. And that's great leadership, if you ask me, especially with those 3 older guys I mentioned first being around for as long as they have.
Can you give us a little background on some of those veterans returning to this season's roster?
Oh boy, yeah, I'd love to. I think Timon, this is like his 7th year. And I want to say Gabe and Coop, it's their 4th, give or take. Timon's been basically our field general for the last couple of years anyways, behind the plate and stuff like that. He graduated.
We started calling him the Iron Man.
Oh yeah, he's going to take a little bit of time off this year. We got a couple other catchers that are going to fill in, so he doesn't have to have the sore knees all day long. But we're still going to give him a hard time. But he's going to kind of be my right-hand man when I come asking stuff. I got Ryan Page coming along. He's been with the Cavs a couple of times. And Brian Meyer, who's a Hall of Famer for the Cavs, he's going to be helping me out. But we're really going to look at those 3 guys and a couple of the other guys that have been with the Cavs for a while to kind of lead these guys in a little bit.
Now, who are some of the newcomers that you're excited about?
Oh, we got about 3 or 4 guys from Eau Claire. Matt Moore, Dave Jensen, Carson Windenhausen, Otto Treichel is a new one. Drew Watkey's a local kid from North High School. Jalen Pascal went to Minnesota Duluth. He's from North graduate. Andrew Milner, North graduate, going to St. Mary's, I believe. So a lot of new guys, a lot of young arms, which is going to be really good because we're going to need a lot of help with pitching. Sure, I'm missing a few other guys. I got a list here actually of guys. Look back. Yeah, Jack Redwine's going to help us out. He went to Stout this year.
From Eau Claire Memorial?
Yep, Memorial. Cade Mueller, he's Eau Claire guy here. Catcher, he's going to be helping us out catching. Tyson Allen Woodcock has been in the league CRBL before, but he's with us this year.
Okay, and I'm sure Cole Timon is really glad to get Mueller in there behind the plate.
Yeah, I got him, and I got who's my leader? Connor O'Reilly, just a go-getter. That guy he did 1,000 pens for us last year.
Well,
I mean,
Cole Timon was injured for a while,
Yep.
and Connor stepped in and did a really nice job.
He was an
behind the
all-star
plate.
last year.
Yeah.
He was a CRBL. He's an awesome kid, and he's another kid that he's a little younger. He's only been with us for 2 years, but talk about leadership on the field. He is a great guy to have around.
Now, from last season's Cavalier team, you have lost 2/3 of the starting pitching staff. Lucas Costley is the returner, but he's a good returner to have coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Who's coming in as new players that are going to really spark that pitching staff?
Well, we got Jalen Pascal, Andrew Milner, first-year guys. They're going to be pitching for us. Tyson Allen's going to be pitching for us. Also, he's been in the league for a couple years. Matt Moore.
Yeah, he's already thrown a no-hitter this year.
Yes, down in Florida.
Yeah.
So we're really looking forward to seeing him on the mound. Mitch Baller's going to be back with us. Watkey, like I said, just a North kid that he reminds me a lot of Austin Getch a little bit. The guy's going to eat up innings, get a lot of wins, throws real well. Jackson Vance is now focusing on pitching for St. Mary's instead of doing fielding stuff, so we're going to get a lot of innings out of him.
Xavier pitched well in stints last year for the Cavs.
He did. He was a little banged up the last couple of years, but he's feeling really healthy this year, and he pitched. He was the 5th leading pitcher at Hamlin this year, I believe. So he's going to be ready and rearing to go out of the bullpen. We're going to use him and probably Jackson to shut the door on everybody.
Okay. Now today, the Cavaliers opened the season with a doubleheader against the defending CRBL champion Tilden Tigers, and they were the state runner-up. And what can you tell us about the Tigers and what special challenges do they present?
They are a hard matchup for us, to tell you the truth. We match up really well with them, but that's a hard matchup. We almost mirror each other with the talent level that we have on both of the teams. I honestly don't know a lot about Tilden because I mostly focus on our guys, but you summed it up well. Runner-up last year, league champs, all that kind of stuff. They're the cream of the crop. We're the ones that are going to be gunning for
Yeah, they
them.
missed that state title by 1 run.
Yeah. So we hope to be taking their place this year.
Yeah, when I asked you what do you know about them, I'm surprised you didn't just come out and say Steinmetz.
Yep, sure.
They're loaded with Steinmetzes.
6 of them, I think. They're all.
And who do you think you're slating as starting pitchers for today?
Well, we were going to go with Lucas just because he was our Cy Young last year, basically. But he is out of town this weekend. So we had to readjust a little bit. We're going to go Andrew Milner right out of the gate, game 1, and I'm going to go Jalen Pascal, game 2.
Okay.
We're going to fill the blanks in after that with the other 7, 8 guys that I got.
Well, Ryan, good luck on today's game, and hopefully the Cavaliers will have a successful home opener to the 2023 season.
Thank you. I hope so, too.
You've been tuned to the Ryan Bempnister Show presented by the Goat Coffee House on Water Street in Eau Claire. with Cavalier manager Ryan Bembnister's outlook on today's game. Stay tuned. More of In the Dugout is coming right up.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, May 27th, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cavaliers taking on the Central Wisconsin Bandits from Simpson Field on the UW Eau Claire campus. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Cowboy Kickoff at 3:35 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, May 27th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Welcome aboard to In the Dugout as we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's doubleheader between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the defending champion Tilden Tigers. Now let's take a moment to examine the Chippewa River Baseball League. The CRBL is in its 95th season. Last season, the league did away with divisional play, and each team played an 18-game schedule. When the smoke cleared at the end of the regular season, in the CRBL, the Tilden Tigers hosted the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks in the first round of the playoffs, while the Osseo Merchants hosted the Eau Claire Bears. The Tigers and the Merchants won those matchups and faced each other for the league championship, with the Tigers repeating as league champion for the second season in a row. This season, the CRBL has instituted two major changes. In 2023, the CRBL will be returning to North and South divisions, with the top two teams of each division making the playoffs. In addition, the Augusta Athletics have re-established a team and are returning to the CRBL to play in the South Division. Now, along with Augusta, all three Eau Claire teams, as well as Osseo and Beef River, will make up the South Division. The North Division consists of Bloomer, Cadott, Chippewa Falls, Jim Falls, and Tilden. The Eau Claire Cavaliers are the final CRBL team to begin league play at this point. The league standings would be as follows. In the North, the 3-0 Tilden Tigers hold a game-and-a-half lead over the 1-1 Bloomer Woodticks, Cadott Red Sox, and Jim Falls Sturgeons. The Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks are in 5th place with a record of 0-1, 2 games out of first. In the South Division, the 2-0 Osseo Merchants hold a half-game lead over the 2-1 Eau Claire Rivermen, while the Eau Claire Bears are 1 game off the pace. Only percentage points behind the Bears, also at 1 game back, are the Cavaliers, who have yet to play. In 5th place at 0-2 are the Beef River Bullfrogs, while the Augusta Athletics occupy 6th at 0-3. Other CRBL games scheduled for today include the Osseo Merchants. They'll be at Cadott to face the Red Sox in a doubleheader. The Jim Falls Sturgeons will travel to the Augusta Athletics for a twin bill. The Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks will play 2 at the Eau Claire Rivermen, and the Beef River Bullfrogs will play a doubleheader at the Bloomer Woodticks. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get to know one of this season's Eau Claire Cavalier players on Cavalier Profile. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame. Our next broadcast will be on Monday, Memorial Day, May 29th, when we will bring you the annual Billy Nas Memorial Game between the Cavaliers and the Eau Claire Bears from Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 10:35 a.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Memorial Day, May 29th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Time now to get to know a Cavalier player on Cavalier Profile. We'll get to know a little better who plays on this year's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball team. And now, Cavalier Profile.
Today on Cavalier Profile, we're going to get to know Cole Timon. And Cole, can you fill us in on your role with the Cavaliers?
Yeah, so I've actually this is going on my 6th year. With the Cavs, I'm a catcher, play outfield, first base, a little bit of everything, but primarily the catcher role here with the Cavs.
Now, when did you start playing baseball?
When I was 5 years old, I took the diamond, so I've been playing. Now I'm 24. Been out of college 2 years now, so still playing.
Now, aside from the Cavaliers, what's the highest level of baseball you've ever played?
Well, I played 4 years of college baseball in Duluth, Minnesota. So
at UMD?
St. Scholastica.
Can you tell us about your most memorable baseball experience? That could either be as a player or as a fan.
As a player, I would probably say my first year of college baseball made the roster. Played a couple games there, and then the rest of my career, I was a starting catcher. So was pretty happy with that, and that was my most memorable.
How about filling us in a little bit about your family and other people who might be cheering for you at Cavalier games?
Yeah, I got my 2 sisters, my mom, my dad. They've been there. Dad's been coaching me for a long time, so for him to be in the stands still watching me is a big deal. Then my uncle as well.
Now, I can't do one of these interviews without asking this. First thing that pops into your mind, pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
I would have to say cookies.
Which kind?
Raspberry cookie dough or something like that.
Whatever it is, it's got raspberries in it. Okay. Your favorite color and why?
I'd have to say blue. It's always been my favorite color. Obviously, my college team was all blue. And then a little bit of the Cavs is blue as well. So.
Now, your favorite major league team?
Minnesota Twins. I've always been a Twins fan.
And a major leaguer who most inspired you while you were growing up?
I'd have to say Joe Mauer for the Minnesota Twins. I watched him. He was my idol.
He was a catcher, too.
He was a catcher, so he was my favorite player.
Your favorite movie or TV show as you were growing up?
Oh, favorite movie? Probably The Longest Yard.
Okay. All right. The first version or the second?
The first.
All right. Yes. I would agree with you on that. We're talking with Cole Timon on Viking Profile. And Cole, when you're not playing baseball, what are we going to find you doing?
Well, in the winter it's snowmobiling, but in the summer it's being on the lake, fishing, somewhere probably watching baseball games. So
now, when people watch Cavalier games, you said you're usually a catcher. What number are they looking for on that jersey?
Number 19.
Okay, we want to thank Cole Timon for joining us today on Cavalier Profile. More in the dugout coming up right away.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Today, the Cavaliers continue their quest to once again be among the leaders in the Chippewa River Baseball League when it comes to tournament time at the end of the season. Today, they have their work cut out for them as they're playing against the 2-time defending CRBL champion and state runner-up Tilden Tigers. In addition, a significant portion of the Cavs roster is made up of new faces, being led by a new field manager, Ryan Bemnister. That leaves a lot of unknowns to be figured out today. So the Cavs are ready to get their 2023 season rolling, and we have some exciting Cavalier baseball for you right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now, in just a moment, I'll be joining the rest of our broadcast crew at historic Carson Park in Eau Claire as we'll bring you all the action of today's doubleheader between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Tilden Tigers. That's coming up next. You've been tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a presentation of NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball. It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Eau Claire Cavalier baseball is on the air. The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV proudly brings you today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Join us as we follow the Cavs while they battle their way through the Chippewa River Baseball League.
Fly ball into left field. Could it be? Could it be? Way back. Off the fence and it's out of here. It's a 3-run home run and the Cavaliers take the lead.
And now, out to the ballpark for coverage of today's game.
And good afternoon. It's baseball time. Rick Olson here along with Dan Petchow. Cassie is on the computer and Jeremy on the camera. And it's a beautiful day for baseball here at Carson Park. And we are getting ready to watch the Cavaliers take on the Tilden Tigers. They've got their work cut out for them. Dan, why don't you tell us who's going to play in this game?
Yeah, here's the starters for the Tilden Tigers. They're going to go with their catcher, number 5, Adam LaRock. Batting second will be their shortstop, number 22, Drew Steinmetz. Batting third will be their center fielder, number 13, Tanner Halverson. Batting fourth will be their DH, number 17, John Schock. Batting fifth will be their first baseman, number 20, Nolan Byer. Batting sixth will be their left fielder, number 4, Lucas Steinmetz. Batting seventh will be their right field, number 2, Luke Schemenauer. Batting eighth will be their third baseman, number 23, Trevor Olson. Batting ninth will be their pitcher, PJ Lukoya. Batting 10th will be their...
He's not batting, though, Dan. Yeah, Alex Ruff, the second baseman, is the one that the designated hitter is hitting for.
Oh, okay.
The Tigers are batting 9. And this reminder that here in the Chippewa River Baseball League, you are allowed to bat 10. You are allowed to have an extra hitter. It keeps more players involved in the game. So give us those Cavaliers.
Here's for the Cavaliers. Batting first will be their third baseman, number 3, Josh Garcia. Batting second will be their second baseman, number 6, Caden Erickson. Batting third will be their right fielder, number 47, Gabe O'Brien. Batting fourth will be their catcher, number 19, Cole Timon. Batting fifth will be number 27, Campbell Kapanke. He'll be at left field. Batting sixth in center field will be number 4, Xavier Benminster. Batting seventh will be their shortstop, number 17, Ben Boda. Batting eighth will be their DH, number 14, Luke Erickson. Batting ninth will be their EH, number 13, Connor O'Reilly. Batting 10th will be their first baseman, number 12, Tyson Woodcock.
Okay, very good. And we should mention that Campbell Kapanke is our Geno's Player of the Game. We have that going for you again this year. So if you go out to Geno's Pizza, located right by the intersection of Highways 93 and I-94 by Chaos Water Park, mention Campbell Kapanke's name, you'll get a free soft drink tomorrow, that is. And if he manages to score today, that can turn into a free appetizer. Limit of 1 per table. But you can get yourself a free appetizer out there. And they've got some good ones out there, Dan. I know we've been out there and sampled some of their goodies. And
yeah, we've made the trip out there a few times.
And it's well worth the time. Couple comments about the Tilden Tiger roster. There's some very familiar names on that for Cavalier fans. Their leadoff hitter and catcher, Adam LaRock, and also their center fielder, back up from his trip down south, is Tanner Halverson. And to be honest with you, I was kind of hoping to see Tanner wearing the Cavalier colors this year, but that's not to be. He's going to wear that yellow gold and maroon for the Tilden Tigers. Cavaliers have a mix of experience and fresh faces on the roster this year, and we're looking at guys like Cole Timon as a very experienced player and pretty solid behind the plate, as well as, and I'm looking down the roster here, actually not that many that have been around for any extended period of time. We have some guys that were relatively new last year with 1 or 2 years in. Josh Garcia, Caden Erickson, Gabe O'Brien, Xavier Bemnister, Connor O'Reilly, and then we have Ben Boda was new last year, and coming in new this year in the position players that are starting today, we have Luke Erickson, Tyson Woodcock, and there are a bunch of others in the roster for the Cavaliers that need to be mentioned and thought of. Ryan Bemnister is pretty confident about this roster. They played yesterday over in Spring Valley and came out on top by a score of 10-6. Lucas Costley went the distance for the Cavs, throwing 8 innings. He gave up 5 hits, but he gave up 6 runs. They were all earned. They were all in 1 inning. Otherwise, he shut down Spring Valley. So in 7 of the 8 innings that he pitched, he allowed nothing. But in the 4th inning, all of a sudden he hit a bump in the road and gave up 6 runs. But from the plate, Josh Garcia went 3 for 3 with a hit. Caden Erickson check that. Josh Garcia went 1 for 3, scored 3 runs. Got to learn to read this line score again this year. It's always a challenge. Caden Erickson went 0 for 1, but he did score twice. He picked up a couple of walks. Gabe O'Brien, he went, gotta find that again. There we go. He went 3 for 4, scored 3 runs. He also hit a 3-run home run over the right field fence. First home run of the season for the Cavaliers. Tyson Woodcock, 0 for 2. Connor O'Reilly, 0 for 3. He scored a run. Xavier Bemnister went 2 for 2 and scored a run. Luke Erickson went 0 for 1. Ben Boda went 1 for 3. Campbell Kapanke 1 for 3. Jackson Vance, or check that, Jalen Pasco 1 for 1. Jackson Vance 1 for 4. Jack Redwine 0 for 4. And so Cavaliers, that was their first outing of the year, and after getting a little rust kicked off the finish, they looked pretty good. So the Tilden Tigers are still taking their infield and outfield practice, so we're going to take a brief timeout as you're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Jason, let's go see your room.
No, that's not right. How was it? Is it good?
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple?
Chop the pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
And we're back here at Carson Park getting ready for our season opener of Cavalier baseball. We've got two for you today. Cavs in this doubleheader against the Tilden Tigers. And I'll tell you what, if you're in the Eau Claire, Chippewa Falls area, come on down to Carson Park. It's a beautiful day for baseball. The Ospreys were sitting and watching the activities a little bit earlier. So they're still around. And we're going to have a nice day of some baseball going on here. People are filling in to the Carson Park. There's a bit of a crowd. You can't see down in the grandstand below us, but there are some people out in the bleachers on both sides enjoying the sunshine. We waited long enough for it, and so now we're going to have some Cavalier baseball. Dan, you were busily taking notes over there. What are you seeing as the keys for today's game?
Yeah, things that I'm seeing for today is experience, youth and experience for this Cavs team. You know, brought back a bunch of guys who are bringing the experience, but they still have the youth for the team, along with the leadership behind the plate with Cole Timon. Those are my two keys to the game.
Yeah, and Cole Timon's been there for 7 years, and he's been around this game for a while, and he doesn't let things rattle him. And he's shown some leadership. He showed a lot last year. And, you know, he was injured for a while last year when he took a foul ball off the inside of his shin. And he showed that to me. It was so colorful. It hurt to look at it. But he was at every Cavs game during that injury and just leading from the dugout. And guys like that are really valuable to have around. And he was able to do that.
Yeah, the catcher is usually your general on the field to make sure everybody's in the right positions.
And he does a real good job of setting that up. He does a really nice job of handling the pitchers. And so he's quite a key. Now, that doesn't mean that I believe, Connor O'Reilly might catch the second game today. And Connor stepped in while Cole was injured last year and did a pretty nice job at that. We don't have the starting lineups for Game 2 yet. Ryan Bemnister was saying that the Cavaliers starting lineup is probably going to be very, very similar, although he talked about possibly moving Timon out to first base and putting O'Reilly behind the plate. And that would...
Yeah, that's when you got a versatile player like Cole Timon. You go behind the plate, you can go to first, he can hit the ball. So, big key to the team.
So, Tilden is just about done with their infield, and we'll be back right after this timeout for starting lineups from the press box and the national anthem. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, but with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. And you can change the outcome. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Teams and communities demonstrate good sportsmanship toward all players, coaches, fans, and officials. Thank you.
So we'll send it over to the neighboring press box. Steve Kent to get the starting lineups.
Located down the third baseline. We will receive a $1 token good for use at the souvenir stand. As a friendly reminder, Carson Park Baseball Stadium is a non-smoking facility. If you must smoke, yes, you please leave the stadium. Again, there's no smoking in Carson Park Baseball Stadium. Thank you. Finally, all fans, especially those in the bleachers, you are reminded that we have a baseball game and all balls made to the stands at a high rate of speed. Yes, to remain alert at all times. Today's starting lineups, beginning with the Tilden Tigers. Leading off and catching, number 5, Adam Larock. Batting second, the shortstop, number 22, Drew Steinmetz. Batting third and playing center field, number 13, Tanner Halverson. Hitting fourth, the designated hitter, number 17, John Shook. Batting fifth and playing first base, number 20, Nolan Byer. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 4, Lucas Steinmetz. Hitting seventh, the right fielder, number 2, Luke Cheminauer. Batting eighth, playing third base, number 23, Steph Sapasa. Batting ninth, the pitcher, number 1, PJ LeClaire. And playing second base, number 10, Alice Ruff. The Tigers are coached by Ryan Byer. Now, the starting lineup for your very own 2023 Eau Claire Cavaliers. Leading off, playing third base, number 3, Josh Garcia. Batting second, the second baseman, number 6, Caden Erickson. Batting third, playing right field, number 47, Gabe O'Brien. Batting cleanup, the catcher, number 19, Cole Tynan. Batting fifth, playing left field, number 27, Cam Kopenke. Hitting sixth, the center fielder, number 4, Xavier Bemister. Hitting seventh, the shortstop, number 17, Ben Boda. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 14, Luke Erickson. Batting ninth, the extra hitter, number 13, Connor O'Reilly. And hitting 10th, the first baseman, number 12, Tyson Woodcock. And pitching for the Cavaliers is number 15, Andrew Miller. The Cavs are coached by Ryan Bemister and he's assisted by Ryan Miller. The officials for today's 2 7-inning games are on the bases, Mr. Dan Hoffman, and behind home plate, Sir Teddy Lewis. Now would you please rise and move your hats and honor America for the playing of the national anthem.
And the playing of our national anthem as we're getting ready for baseball at Carson Park.
Gentlemen, let's play baseball.
So, on the mound for the Cavaliers is Andrew Milner. Comes into today's game. Well, it's his first game with the Cavs, but he threw at St. Mary's down in Winona, and he compiled an 8.91 earned run average. And that was in 9 1/3 innings pitched down at St. Mary's. The Cavs have kind of a St. Mary's pipeline going on this year. We have Jackson Vance from down there, and Tyson Woodcock played ball at St. Mary's. Of course, Andrew Milner on the mound. So they were all St. Mary's products. Taking a look at the Cavaliers around the infield. At third base is Josh Garcia, Ben Boda at short, Caden Erickson at second, Tyson Woodcock at first, Cole Timon behind the plate, Andrew Milner on the mound. Out in the outfield, Campbell Kapanke, Xavier Bedminster, and Gabe O'Brien going from left to right. And Campbell's brother Cooper is in concussion protocol. Somehow got thumped in the head by a baseball. And he also played ball down in Winona, but he did it at Winona State. And had a great season for them. So we're about ready to get things underway. Former Cavalier Adam LaRocque, the catcher for the Tilden Tigers, stepping up to the plate. Timon drops down behind the plate. LaRocque steps in. Milner looks in for the sign, winds, and the 2023 season is underway, and it's a called strike on the outside corner. Fastball on the outside edge. Milner winds and fires. That was a little high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Milner winds and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Milner coming in with a fastball. We're going to have to get one of those speedometers, Dan, because I'd like to know how fast that is. I swear there was a little bit of flame coming off the back of that. Here's the pitch. Swung and fouled back into the screen. Count remains at 1-2.
Gotta look for a change up here.
Milner winds. Here's the pitch. Curveball line down the first base line, picked up by Woodcock. He steps on the bag, and the first out is recorded. LaRocque grounds out to 3 unassisted. That's going to bring up Drew Steinmetz, the shortstop. One of the leading hitters last year for the Tilden Tigers. The first pitch got the inside corner for a strike. Dan Hoffman behind the plate. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fly ball drifting off into foul territory on the right side, and it falls harmlessly to the ground. No balls, 2 strikes to Steinmetz. Milner winds in the 0-2 pitch. Check swing foul. Back into the screen. And the count holds. 0-2. 1 out. We're just underway from Carson Park, game 1 of 2. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Just missed low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Milner winds and delivers. Curveball grounded down the third base line. Picked up. And no, it doesn't get picked up. And it's going to be an error on Josh Garcia. And it leaves Steinmetz on first. Garcia just couldn't find the handle on the ball.
It's just kind of a slow chopper there.
Another very familiar face to the Cavalier fans. Former Cavalier Tanner Halverson at the plate. That pitch just missed outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Milner looks over at first. Not much happening there. And the pitch. Fly ball, shallow center field. Coming in and making the catch is Gabe O'Brien. Halverson pops out to right. That's going to bring up John Shook, the designated hitter.
And bring up for the Tilden Tigers, the designated hitter, John Shook.
There's the pitch to Shook. Strike called on the inside corner. Inside third of the plate. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. I thought he pulled the string a little on that one. No balls, 2 strikes. John Shook. Milner at the belt. He delivers. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
Sandy foul.
Nope. Foul ball. Okay. Dan's on top of that.
I was waiting to see if they were going to throw it down to first. But
count holds at 0-2. Milner delivers. Curveball just missed outside. That was one that will fool you, Dan. It started way outside, and it almost caught that outside corner of the plate. He's got that big sweeping curveball. And the pitch. Foul back. Oh, okay. And I've just been corrected. Won't be the first time this season. Behind the plate is Teddy Joas. Here's the pitch. It's inside, gets away from Timon, and down to second goes Drew Steinmetz. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. John Shook, the hitter. Here's the pitch. Swing and fouled away. Still 2-2. 2-2. There's a lot of them up there on that board.
2s are wild.
Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 3. Tried to get that curveball again. It wasn't going to break that much.
TV comes with a fastball.
Here comes Milner's pitch. It is a fastball, high and inside. And Shook draws the walk. Brings up Nolan Byer, the first baseman.
The first baseman, number 20, Nolan Byer.
And Beyer fouls it back into the net. No balls, 1 strike. 2 on, 2 out. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Chase the high heat. Of course, they look like grapefruits coming in like that.
See if he goes to the curveball.
The 0-2 pitch. Foul back toward the press box, off the roof of the press box, off to our right. Jeremy was ready to go after that one. He was on it. Milner at the belt. And the pitch. Pop up into the infield. Coming in is Ben Boda, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out. No runs, no hits. There was 1 Cavalier error, and 2 were left on base. So we've completed a half inning, and we have no score from Carson Park on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I love the pizza we get when we go to Gino's Pizza.
That's because Gino's has been voted best pizza in the Chippewa Valley 5 years in a row.
I think it's because Gino's uses the freshest ingredients, premium quality meats, cheeses, savory spices, and zesty toppings, and all served with attention to detail.
Now you're making me hungry. Let's head to Gino's Pizza.
Scott and the rest of the folks at Gino's Pizza would like to invite you to come out and try the area's best pizza. Call about Monday through Wednesday dine-in specials at 715-835-2000. That's Gino's Pizza at 5110 Fairview Drive, Eau Claire, right next to Chaos Water Park.
And we're back here at Carson Park, heading into the bottom of the 1st inning. No score. Cavaliers and the Tilden Tigers. On the mound for Tilden is P.J. Lacoya. He's a tough road to hoe for the Cavs. He was kind of thorn in their side last year. Taking a look at Tilden defensively, behind the plate is Adam LaRock. Over on 3rd base is Olson. Drew Steinmetz at short. Ruff is at 2nd. Beyer at 1st. Lacoya on the mound. Outfield, Lucas Steinmetz, Halverson, and Schemenauer as we go from left to right. In other let's get the leagues right. In other CRBL action, we have the Bloomer Woodticks leading the Beef River Bullfrogs 3-2 after 1 inning. Thank you to Kirk, statistician, keeping us apprised of those in-progress scores.
At the bottom of the 1st, the Eau Claire Cavaliers, the 3rd baseman, number 3, Josh Garcia.
Stepping to the plate for the Cavaliers is Josh Garcia. Garcia finished last season batting .327, and the first pitch catches the outside corner. He went 1 for 3 yesterday and scored 3 runs. Swing and a miss for strike 2. And the pitch, ground ball right back to Lacoya, and he flips it over to 1st for the out. Hard shot right back to the mound. Lacoya just kind of stuck his glove down, and the ball landed in it, and over to 1st he flipped it. Brings up Caden Erickson. He hit .323 last season and went 0 for 1 and drew a couple walks yesterday. Fouls it back into the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. No balls, 2 strikes. And a line shot straight up the middle into center field, and Erickson's on safely. That'll bring up Gabe O'Brien. O'Brien homered yesterday over the right field fence over in Spring Valley. Hit .346 last season. And there's a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Teddy Joas does like those outside corners. Gotta come up there swinging the bat if he's behind the plate. Here's the pitch. Inside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, runner on first. Hayden Erickson takes his lead, and the pitch. Check swing high. Ball 2. Erickson takes a lead. And the pitch. That was high and away for a ball. 3 balls, 1 strike to Gabe O'Brien. Koya delivers. Pop foul coming straight back. Catcher is under it. Adam Maroc makes the catch. Dan, I wasn't sure how far back that one was coming.
I had my eyes on
it. It was
one.
right out there in front of me, and it kept coming back.
You know, one of these times, I'll remember to bring my glove.
Yeah, one of these times, Dan. Stepping up to the plate, Cole Timon. Cavalier catcher. Here's the pitch. That one missed high.
Yeah, I have to admit, I did pull it out of the toy box the other day and looked at it.
Timon batted .211 last year. Koya's 1-0 pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. And a hard chopper over to short, flip to second for the 3rd out of the inning. So, Timon gets credit for a fielder's choice. And the Cavaliers go down with no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. And we have played 1 inning and still no score from Carson Park. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
And we're getting ready to go into the top half of the 2nd inning. No score from Carson Park. Cavaliers and the Tilden Tigers. Andrew Milner on the mound. Waiting for Cole Timon. He's just about got all his gear on. Looks like Milner's already warmed up. Timon will take a toss or 2 and then throw it down to second, and we'll be ready to go. Due up for the Tigers, Lucas Steinmetz, Luke Schemenauer, and Trevor Olson.
Sponsors are Barbecue Express, Mancino's, Burger King, Roadside Ice Cream Diner, and Chicken Cases.
So up steps one of the whole bunch of Steinmetz brothers.
The Tilden Tigers,
This is Lucas, left fielder. And the pitch fouled away for strike one. Here's the wind by Milner and the pitch. It's outside for a ball. One ball, one strike to Steinmetz. Milner's pitch. It's high for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. And a pitch. It's high and inside. Count goes to 3-1. Milner winds and fires. All 4. Steinmetz draws a walk. That's the second walk given up today by Milner. That's going to bring up Luke Schemenauer. Schemenauer playing right field.
Number 2, Luke Schemenauer.
Milner looks at first. Steinmetz with a pretty good lead. And Schemenauer squares to bunt ball, fouls it back into the screen.
Now, ball brought to you by Tilden Sports. Located 3015 San Fernando, Eau Claire.
So no balls and a strike. Steinmetz with his lead at first. Milner throws it over to first. Steinmetz gets back safely. That's a keep him honest throw. And the pitch. Bunted foul back into the screen. No balls, 2 strikes.
Now, ball brought to you by Madison Street Auto Body. Located 430 East Madison Street, Eau Claire.
I doubt that the bunt is on anymore. Schemenauer steps in. Milner delivers. Check swing, and it just missed. High.
Yeah, that was pretty close there.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Milner delivers. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Schemenauer goes down swinging for 1 out. That's going to bring up Trevor Olson.
Batting 8, good baseman, number 23, Steph Zapata.
Evidently, it's not Trevor Olson wearing 23, but he bounds it to third, throw over to first in time. That's Scott Scatassa is the player. So he grounds out 5-3, and pitcher PJ LaCoya comes to the plate. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Here's the pitch. Foul back out of play on the right side.
Now, ball brought to you by Lake Cavaliers. Located 2196 110th Street, Chippewa Ball.
Milner at the belt. 0-2 pitch is foul back again on the right side.
Located 236 Water Street, Eau Claire.
Yeah, let's see who comes with a curveball here.
No balls, 2 strikes. 2 down. Runner at second. Here's the pitch. And he blew it by him. So, for the Tigers, there were no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We played an inning and a half, and it's Tilden nothing and the Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, May 27th, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cavaliers taking on the Central Wisconsin Bandits from Simpson Field on the UW Eau Claire campus. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with Cowboy Kickoff at 3:35 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, May 27th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Back here at Carson Park, heading into the bottom of the second inning, due up for the Cavaliers, Campbell Kapanke, Xavier Bemnister, and Ben Boda. Kapanke steps in, he hit 260 last year. All I remember is his first at-bat last season when he parked it out about the 50-yard line of the football field. And the first pitch is inside for a ball. Little did we know that that would be the only one he'd hit last year. Here's the pitch. Fouled away on the right side.
That ball brought to you by Westside Bar, located 1807 Airport Avenue.
And a ground ball over to short, scooped up by Steinmetz, throws over to first to Byer. That's Drew Steinmetz to Byer. And Kapanke grounds out. Brings up Xavier Bemnister. Took him probably about 3/4 of the season before he finally got a hit last year. But he sure managed to find a way to get on base quite often. Finished last season batting 162. Here's the pitch. Ground ball down the first base side.
Take that outside corner to the right field. Go.
No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Ground ball over to second. Second baseman stumbles but makes sure he gets the ball and throws out Bemnister at first. Ruff kind of stumbled over his own shadow there, it looked like, as he was trying to get to the ball, but he managed to make the play and get it over to Byer in time. 2 down. That'll bring up Ben Boda. As the season wore on last year, Ben Boda just became stronger and stronger in the lineup. Finished the season batting 279. There's the pitch. It's inside for a ball. He went 1 for 3 yesterday over in Spring Valley. There's the pitch. Strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ben Boda with 2 down. And a ground ball over to third. Scooped up there by Skatasa. Throw to first in time for the putout. So the Cavaliers ground out 3 times in the second inning. And we are still scoreless after 2 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Let Menominee Eye and Optical help you see the world for the beautiful place it is. Doctors Nicholas and Marianne Comro provide both comprehensive and emergency eye care for all, including pediatric and special needs patients. Whether it's examination for glasses to cataract and LASIK care, or diagnosis and management of macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, glaucoma, and so much more. In addition, Menominee Eye and Optical's experienced opticians will help guide you to the highest quality eye care for the best value. That's Menominee Eye and Optical, located at 520 Wilson Avenue in Menominee, where they specialize in quality, personalized care for you and your family. Rick Olson with you again back here at Carson Park, along with Cassie Johnson-Nelson on the computer, Jeremy DeGrosse on the camera, Dan Petchow with his mouth in good form today, giving us all of his insightful comments. You know, Dan doesn't say a lot, so when he does, you better be paying attention.
Probably because I always have something in my mouth.
That would not surprise me in the least. And look out if he says, there I was minding my own business. 2 up for the Tilden Tigers back at the top of the order. Adam LaRock, then Drew Steinmetz and Tanner Halverson. LaRock grounded to first in his first trip to the plate. High pop-up in shallow right field. Coming in, making the play is O'Brien. 4-1 out. Brings up Drew Steinmetz. Steinmetz grounded the ball to third last time, and Josh Garcia couldn't find the handle on it, and Steinmetz ended up safe at first. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss for a strike. Andrew Milner on the mound for the Cavs. Here's the wind and the pitch. Strike called on the inside corner. Steinmetz reacted like he thought it was inside, but Teddy Joyce says, nope, that was a strike. That one was inside for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the wind and the pitch. Curve ball fouled off the leg of Steinmetz. Count holds at 1-2. Another Chippewa River League baseball action after 1 inning. It's the Augusta Athletics leading the Jim Fall Sturgeons 2-1. Here's the wind of the pitch. Outside for a ball. Two balls, 2 strikes. Milner winds and fires. High ball 3. Steinmetz had a notion, but he held back. Counts full. And the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Steinmetz goes down swinging. 3rd strikeout of the game for Milner. That'll bring up Tanner Halverson, who flew out to right field his last time up. Milner winds and delivers. Strike called at the knees on the inside 3rd. Good place to keep it. Keep it off the meat of the bat that way, because Halverson can hurt you. Here's the pitch. Line shot foul down the right field line. No balls, 2 strikes. Milner winds and fires. Strike 3 called on the inside edge of the plate, and he got Halverson looking. So for the Tilden Tigers, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And we've played 2.5. We're moving right along here. And we have no score from Carson Park on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If your estate isn't looking quite estate-like, let Midwest Environmental Consultants landscape your estate right up to snuff with installation of retaining walls, brick patios, foundation planting beds, and so much more. Then they'll keep it that way with their expert lawn care service. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your estate the showplace of the neighborhood.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
We're heading into the bottom of the 3rd inning. In the first of 2 from Carson Park today. 2 7-inning games. Cavaliers and the Tilden Tigers all tied up, scoreless. Due up for the Cavaliers this inning, Luke Erickson, Connor O'Reilly, and Tyson Woodcock. Stepping to the plate is Luke Erickson, who played ball at St. Charles Community College down in Missouri. That first pitch was called a ball. Here's the wind in the pitch. Pop up in the infield. Coming in, making the play is Ruff. Alex Ruff with the catch. So 1 down. That brings up Connor O'Reilly, the extra hitter. He hit .321 for the Cavs last year. And the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. Got another scorer in that Bloomer and Beef River game. The Bloomer Wood Ticks are on top 6-4 after 2 innings. Swing and a miss for strike 2. And the pitch is outside. One ball and 2 strikes, and the pitch. That's high. Counts even at 2-2. Koya fires. Way outside. Count goes full. Here's the wind in the pitch. Check swing, foul back into the screen. And a called strike. So 2 down, brings up Tyson Woodcock. Woodcock came from St. Mary's, where he spent most of his time pitching. He went 0 for 2 yesterday at Spring Valley. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to Tyson Woodcock. Here's the wind in the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So the Cavaliers go down 3 up, 3 down. And we have completed 3 innings, and we're still scoreless from Carson Park on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Royal Credit Union's low rates and flexible terms on auto loans can help keep your payments low. Get a great rate on your next car or truck purchase, or refinance an existing vehicle with an auto loan from Royal Credit Union. Royal also offers loans for buying or refinancing boats, UTVs, and other vehicles. Royal Credit Union wants to help keep your payments low. Check rates and apply for a Royal Credit Union vehicle loan online at rcu.org/autorate. Subject to credit approval.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Yeah, I picked up my Veterans Pass a couple years ago here at Carson Park. And it's a pretty good deal if you're a veteran, be able to show up here at the ballpark. I see people getting a lot of sunshine. What a nice thing to do on a Sunday. And we got a whole nother ball game after this one, and this one is pretty interesting. Leading off for the Tilden Tigers is John Shook. He drew a walk, his first plate appearance. Fouls the first pitch back into the screen. Andrew Milner on the mound. He winds and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 2. He's got that fastball darting around a little bit. It's not just a straight fastball.
And then he can always come back with that curveball.
Here's the wind and the pitch. And he just blew it by him. John Shook goes down swinging. It's going to bring up Nolan Byer, who popped out to the shortstop last time up. Popped over to Ben Boda on the infield grass. There's the wind and the pitch. Pop foul on the right side. Over kind of where my car is parked.
Northern Light Webcasting Network, or NLWN-TV.
No balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into center field, moving over Xavier Bemnister, and he corrals it out there. So Byer flies to center field, and that's going to bring up Lucas Steinmetz. He also drew a walk in his first plate appearance. Here's the pitch, outside for a ball. And the wind, and the 1-0 pitch outside, ball 2. Milner winds, and the 2-0 pitch. That's high for ball 3. So here comes the get me over pitch. And he was a little bit high, so a 4-pitch walk to Lucas Steinmetz. Brings up Luke Schemenauer. Schemenauer struck out in his first at bat. And a pitch right down the middle of Water Street. You know, that fresh new lines that are painted on Water Street, that pitch just painted it. Here's the pitch. That one's inside, gets away from Timon, and down to second base goes Steinmetz. One ball, one strike to Luke Schemenauer. Milner at the belt and pitches. Inside, and it also gets away from Timon. Steinmetz goes over to third. Two balls and a strike.
Guy's trying to go back to that inside fastball.
Here's the pitch. That just missed inside. 3 balls and a strike. 2 down. Fly ball foul off the left side. Got around on that one. Count is full. 3-2, 2 down. Runner on third. And the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. We've completed 3.5. We're halfway through this game without any runs coming across the plate. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame. Our next broadcast will be on Monday, Memorial Day, May 29th, when we will bring you the annual Billy Nas Memorial Game between the Cavaliers and the Eau Claire Bears from Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 10:35 a.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Memorial Day, May 29th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Back here at Carson Park, Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow. Cassie Johnson-Nelson on the computer. And Jeremy DeGrosse on the camera. Enjoying a beautiful day at Carson Park as we're heading into the bottom of the 4th inning. Due up for the Cavaliers, back to the top of the order with Josh Garcia, Caden Erickson, and Gabe O'Brien. PJ Lacoya finishing up his warm-up tosses.
On the bottom fourth for the Cavaliers. Third baseman Josh Garcia.
So Garcia steps up.
Let's go, 3.
Garcia grounded back to the pitcher. His first time up. First one was fouled away for strike 1. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Halverson coming in and makes a sliding catch. So one down. That'll bring up Caden Erickson. Caden has the only hit of the game today with a single to center field in his first at bat. There's the wind and the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. There's the pitch. Fly ball out into right center field. Moving over is the right fielder, Schemenauer, and he makes the catch. That'll bring up Gabe O'Brien. He popped a foul back to the catcher, back by the screen. His first trip. PJ Lakoya fires. And it's a strike called at the letters. No balls and a strike. And the pitch. Line shot right back up the middle for a base hit. That'll bring up Cole Timon, grounded into a fielder's choice to end the first inning.
The catcher, Cole Timon.
Brian takes his lead at first. Koya glances over. He's at the belt. And the pitch fouled back into the screen. Last year, Timon was a pretty streaky hitter. When he was on, he hit with a lot of power. And then there were stretches in there where he really struggled. There's the pitch. Ground ball over to short, flip to second. That's the same thing he did the first time up. Timon gets a fielder's choice. And for the Cavaliers, no runs, one hit, no errors, one left. And we've completed 4, and we are still without a score. From Carson Park on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the pedal to our metal. The sparks that ignite us, the pistons that push us, the passions that drive us, on the roads that unite us. Napa has America's largest network of parts and care, here to be the fuel that keeps you firing on all cylinders.
Visit either of Eau Claire's 2 locally owned Napa Auto Parts stores on Highway 93 or North Claremont Avenue.
Regardless of where you are on your path to retirement, you can still take charge of your financial future today. Visit aceyourretirement.org and answer a few questions from Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach, for free tips, resources, and advice customized for your situation to help you feel confident and prepared for retirement. Retirement looks different for everyone. Make sure you're prepared for your financial future at aceyourretirement.org.
Heading to the 5th inning. Nobody's been able to put anything across the plate yet. So far, Cavaliers, no runs. They've picked up 2 hits. They've committed 1 error. And for the Tilden Tigers, they've got goose eggs across the scoreboard. No runs, no hits, no errors. Leading off for the Tilden Tigers, Scott Skatasa. He's the third baseman, and he grounded to third his first trip to the plate. First pitch is outside for a ball. Andrew Milner on the mound as he heads into the 5th inning. Here's the wind and the pitch. Line shot into left field. Fielded by Kapanke out there. And they get it in. Skatasa checks in at first with the first hit of the game for the Tilden Tigers. That'll bring up PJ Lakoya. Skatasa spanked that one pretty good there, Dan.
Jump on another fastball here.
Lakoya struck out his first time. Throw over to first, and Skatasa has to dive back in.
Yeah, I'd like to see him go back to the curveball a little bit.
And the pitch. Lakoya squares to bunt and was fouled away. No balls in the strike. Milner looking in. The 0-1 pitch. Lakoya showed bunt, but pulled back. It's a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. There's the pitch. Bunted down the first baseline foul. 1-2 is the count. You know, Dan, there aren't many teams that move people along with the bunt, but at this level of ball, you tend to see it a little more frequently than you do in, say, the major leagues. I kind of like that. It's more of a chess game this way. Here's the pitch. Pop up in the infield. And making the catch is Josh Garcia coming in from third base. So Lakoya pops out to third. Takes us back to the top of the order, Adam LaRocque. He's grounded to first and flew out to right field. Skatasa with a little bigger lead now. Here's the pitch. Inside for a ball. Milner checks at first and delivers. Line shot out into left field. And making the catch with a web gem is Campbell Kapanke.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be right at him, and it kind of dove down into his right and had to make a great catch.
Had to dive for it and caught it just off the ground. That brings up Drew Steinmetz. He's 0 for 2, got on an error and struck out. Throw down to first, and back in time is Skatasa. First pitch was a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 down. And the pitch is high. 2 balls, no strikes. After 3 innings, it's the Augusta Athletics 4, Jim Falls Sturgeons 1. Pitch is outside for a ball. 3 balls, no strikes. 2 down. And the pitch. And it's outside for ball 4. That'll bring up Tanner Halverson with 2 on. Halverson's 0 for 2. Flew out to right field and struck out looking. We're in the 5th. No score. Here's the pitch. Swing and it's fouled back. Milner's 1-0 pitch. That one kind of went into the next county. It definitely took a shot towards Fall Creek. Both runners advance.
Just a little outside.
Had to leave that one for you, Dan. One ball, one strike. Swing and a miss, strike two. You know, a pitch like that, though, can be very effective. I remember in Bull Durham when Kevin Costner told the kid to hit the bull mascot. Show you're a little wild. Fouled away on the right side. Makes batters a little nervous about stepping in.
Yeah, no, he's been trying to go into that inside fastball. And I think this just refocused him.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down, 2 on. Here's the pitch. Pop up in the infield. Milner circling under it, gets called off by Woodcock, and he hauls it in for the out, and that'll do it. For the Tilden Tigers. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, and 2 were left on base. So we've played 4.5, and it's still no score from Carson Park on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
Back at Carson Park in Eau Claire on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Heading into the bottom of the 5th inning, no score. Cavaliers are going to try to get something on the board. Due up for the Cavs, Campbell Kapanke, Xavier Bedminster, and Ben Boda. Cavs have 2 hits on the day. Tilden Tigers have 1. Both pitchers doing an outstanding job.
Yeah, it's important for the Cavs just to get something to play here.
Campbell Kapanke steps up after making that spectacular catch out in left field last inning to rob Adam LaRock of a hit. Swing and fouls it back. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Line shot out into left field down the line. It's going to get to the corner. Kapanke rounds first and heads to second. And he's going to stand up there with a double at second base. An extra base hit for Campbell Kapanke. Cavs have a runner in scoring position, and it's going to bring up Xavier Bedminster. Rounded to second his last time up. Okoye looks over at second and delivers. Line shot out into right field. Moving over is Halverson. He makes the catch, and the throw comes in. Kapanke cannot advance. That'll bring up Ben Boda. Boda grounded to third in his last appearance. And the pitch. Line shot out into center field. Halverson drifting back and makes the catch. That's going to bring up Luke Erickson. He popped to second his first trip.
Designated hitter, Luke Erickson.
And the pitch got Erickson right in the bag. So that leaves runners at first and second for the Cavaliers. And up steps Connor O'Reilly, who went down looking in his last attempt.
Connor O'Reilly.
2 down, 2 on. In that situation where a base hit should score a run. And the first pitch is fouled back into the net. Koya at the belt, looks over at second and delivers. Check swing, and he went around for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Connor O'Reilly. Koya looks over at second and now delivers. Strike 3 called. And the Cavaliers threaten, but go down without scoring any runs. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, and 2 were left on base. We've completed 5, and we still have no score from Carson Park on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
We head to the 6th inning. Andrew Milner on the mound for the Cavaliers. He's thrown a gem so far, with the exception of 1 pitch. Kind of headed toward Fall Creek on that one.
Yeah, the offense for both teams is starting to pick up.
All right, John Shook to get things going for the Tilden Tigers. He'll be followed by Nolan Byer and Lucas Steinmetz. Shook is 0 for 1, struck out. He also drew a walk. And the first pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Here's the wind and the pitch. A little high for a ball. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Line shot out into right field. Got past O'Brien. And it's going to roll out to the fence. Shook is going to check in at second. He's going to hold up there. O'Brien made an attempt at a shoestring catch, and it scooted under his glove and rolled all the way out to the fence. And I'm looking to see if they didn't mark whether that was a hit or an error. I think they're going to give him, they gave him the base hit on that. So that brings up Nolan Byer. Byer popped to short and flew out to center field. Byer squares to bunt and bunted it foul. Yeah, pretty much if Tilden gets a runner on base with nobody out or even 1 out, they're looking to bunt.
Yeah, if they can move the runner over to third.
There's the pitch. Bunt, pop, foul, and it falls to the ground.
Yeah, if they can move that runner over, then they can try to get a sac fly. Bring that runner in.
No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Runner on second. Milner delivers. Foul back toward the press box and just out of the reach of the press box off to the right of us. TV 13 guy tried to stick his arm out there, but his arms aren't that long. There's the pitch. Ground ball, second base. Throw over to first in time. It does advance the runner to third. So Byer grounds second to first. Erickson to Woodcock. Shook is on third with 1 out. And the pitch. That just missed outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, runner on third. Milner delivers. Strike called at the letters. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouled away on the left side. She'll pick it up on the third base camera. And looking in, here's the pitch. Outside. Timon trapped it in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cavaliers playing their corners up. And the pitch. Check swing high for a ball. Boy, he had a notion. Steinmetz did. He's walked his other 2 times up. Full count. Here's the payoff pitch. Strike called on the inside corner. And the Tilden Tigers did not like that call. Steinmetz asking Teddy Joas, where is that? And he said it got the corner.
Yeah, he got that front rubber there inside.
And stepping up now is Scott Skatasa. He singled his last time up. Swing and a miss, strike one. No balls and a strike, 2 down, runner on third. Here's the pitch. That's high for a ball. Milner looks in and delivers. That just missed inside. 2 balls and a strike. And the pitch. That's high. Ball 3. Luke Schemenauer at the plate. He has struck out twice. And the pitch. Foul back into the screen. And the count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, runners on third. Milner at the belt. And he delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and he worked his way out of that jam. So for Tilden, no runs on 1 hit, that leadoff double by John Shook, but no errors and 1 left on base. We've completed 5.5, and it's no score from Carson Park. We've got a pitcher's duel here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Ready for a better way to bank? Switch to Royal Credit Union. Royal Credit Union is a financial co-op, not a corporation, so we return earnings to our members. That means you get low or no fees for account services and better rates on deposits and loans. You'll also have all the digital tools you need at your fingertips, so managing your account is easy. Royal is ready to help you discover the credit union difference. Switch to Royal Credit Union today at rcu.org/difference. Insured by NCUA.
We're back here at Carson Park. Dan, we've got a doozy going on here. This is quite the pitcher's battle.
Yeah, a couple times that Milner's kind of got himself in a jam, but he's worked himself out of them.
That was a really nice job in that last inning. Leadoff double. Runner ends up on third with 1 out, and Milner just closed the door with 2 strikeouts. So the Cavaliers coming to bat in the bottom of the 6th inning. Tyson Woodcock will lead things off. Then we'll go back to the top of the order with Josh Garcia and Caden Erickson. Cavaliers, no runs, 3 hits, 1 error. Tilden Tigers, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. So, Tyson Woodcock at the plate. PJ Lakoya on the mound. Here's the pitch. It's outside for a ball. Here's the wind and the pitch. Check swing high for a ball. Lakoya's thrown 5 innings and struck out 3. Hasn't walked anybody. That's a called strike. He did hit 1 batter. And the pitch. Check swing high, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. This is a hitter's pitch. Here's the pitch from Lakoya. And it's a strike called on the outside corner. Full count. Tyson Woodcock. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called. That one got Woodcock upset. It got Jeremy up here upset.
That's 4 strikeouts for
Lakoya. So, back to the top of the order with Josh Garcia is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. Swing and foul back into the screen. Josh Garcia has earned the nickname from his teammates of Cali Boy from California. Here's the pitch. Foul back into the screen. 0-2.
Ball brought to you by the Eau Claire Cavaliers.
Lakoya into his motion and the pitch. Chopper over towards third, picked up, thrown over to first, and they got him. So Skatasa to Byer for the putout, and it's going to bring up Caden Erickson with 2 down. He's 1 for 2. Singled in the first inning.
Shout out to our Minnesota watchers today.
There's the pitch. Soft little shot over towards second, picked up by Ruff. Throw to first, and they got him. They got him. Byer hung on, had his foot on the bag, and then he kind of fell off the bag, but he already had made the put out, and it was a bang-bang play at first. So for the Cavaliers, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And we've completed 6 with no score here at Carson Park on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
To get your lawn or garden to perform at attracting what you want, you first need to know what your soil is working with. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 608-468-2067. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, serving Western Wisconsin.
So we head to the 7th inning, Dan, no score. Which team is going to blink first?
Yeah, somebody's got to start putting some hits together here. We haven't seen his stolen base yet to this game.
This is true. Twice in this game, the Tilden Tigers have had runners as far as third, but they haven't been able to get them across the plate. Once was Lucas Steinmetz in the 4th inning. And then in the last inning here, John Shook got as far as third base. So leading off the top of the 7th, Scott Skatasa sends one right back to the mound off the glove. Throw to first, and they got him. And short to first, Ben Boda with the... But actually, that one goes in the book as a 1-6-3 putout because it went off the glove of Milner, and then Boda picked it up and made the throw over to first, and they just barely got Skatasa. Brings up P.J. Lakoya. He's 0 for 2. Struck out and popped out to third. Time was called because the ball got away. And the pitch. Fly ball, long way to run. Back to the wall, and it's out of here. P.J. Lakoya helps himself out with a solo home run to put some score on the board. Lakoya with a shot over the EC insulation sign in left field. He got all of that one. You knew it was going to be close when it left the bat, and it cleared the fence. Kapanke took it all the way back to the fence, thinking he might have a shot at it, but no such luck. Brings up Adam LaRock, and the first pitch is outside for a ball. LaRock is 0 for 3. Grounded to first, flew out to right, and lined to left. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one. One ball, one strike, one down. Here's the pitch. A little bit high for a ball. And a line shot right back to the press box just to our right. And Steve Kent keeps his presence to credit that to the Goat Coffee House. Here's the wind and the pitch. Check swing. And it would have been strike 3, but he made it to first, and I think that's going to go down as a strikeout and a wild pitch. So that brings up Drew Steinmetz. One out. Throw over to first. Rock gets back. Milner delivers. Swing, and it's fouled back. No balls, one strike. And the pitch. Inside for a ball. One ball, one strike. To Drew Steinmetz. He's 0 for 2 and drawing a walk. Here's the pitch. Swinging and a miss, strike 2. Runner goes, swing and a miss, strike 3, throw down to second, and he's in safely. So Adam LaRock stole the base. And Steinmetz went down swinging. That's going to bring up Tanner Halverson, who's 0 for 3.
That's 9 strikeouts for...
Pitch is high and away for a ball. For Milner.
That's 10 strikeouts for LaCoya. Or for Milner.
That's what I have too. Two balls and no strikes to Halverson. 2 down, runner on second. Tilden has taken a 1-0 lead. There's the pitch. Inside, ball 2, or ball 3. And he takes off for third, and the pitch is high for a ball. Halverson draws the walk. But LaRock gets a stolen base at third. So now 2 on with 2 out, and we're going to get a trip to the mound by Ryan Bemnister. Mitch Voller has been warming up down in the Cavalier bullpen.
Yeah, I assume that Tilden will send Tanner to second.
This looks like it's going to be a discussion about how they want to play this defensively.
Rock looks a little worse for wear down there.
They had a bit of a collision over there at third. LaRock sliding into Josh Garcia, who was straddling the bag. And the conference at the mound is breaking up.
Designated hitter, John Shook.
And that brings up John Shook. He doubled his last time up. And the pitch. High pop foul on the right side. It's out of play.
That ball brought to you by Westside Bars. You find them on the web at Westside.
No balls and a strike.
NLWN-TV.com.
Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Bemnister drifts back and makes the catch. So that ends the inning, but not before some damage, as the Tigers pick up one run on one hit. It was that home run by P.J. Lacoya. There were no errors, and they left one on base, two on base. And so we've played 6.5, and it's the Tilden Tigers 1 and the Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. All right, we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Cavaliers trailing 1-0. Due up for the Cavaliers, Gabe O'Brien, Cole Timon, and our Geno's player of the game, Campbell Kapanke. We were just talking while we were away for those ads that Cavaliers are set up for a walk-off situation here. First of 2. This one's been a dandy. Hopefully the second one will be just as good. We're still waiting. And I think Adam LaRock might have actually been injured on that slide in at third, because we have a new, and I don't have his name.
Got a number here that's $169.
Because
The green ticket.
He kind of slid in funny to third base. And rolled that
yeah,
ankle.
and they did collide with each other.
$169, 302863.
And so he's wearing number 99.
You can pick up the money at the souvenir stand.
And we'll see if Steve Kent might know who he is.
Now catching for the Tilden Tigers, number 99, Ryan Byer.
It's another Byer. I think it's Ryan Byer. Is behind the plate. for Adam LaRock.
Leading off, the bottom of the seventh, the Eau Claire Cavaliers, the right fielder, Gabe O'Brien.
So Gabe O'Brien steps in for the Cavs. O'Brien is 1 for 2, single to center field his last time up. And the pitch is on the outside corner for strike one. PJ LaCoya on the mound. Fouled off the left side. Teddy Joas didn't like the amount of dirt that was on the plate. Koya winds and fires outside for a ball. Folks, when this game is over, we are going to have to leave the air. We will have an abbreviated Talkin' Baseball, but then we'll have to leave the air, reset our equipment to be able to bring you game number 2. That'll take just a couple minutes. Pop-up foul out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Brought to you by the Northern Light Webcasting Network, or NLWN-TV.
And the pitch. Ground ball, fair ball. No, he says foul. He showed fair at first, but I think he probably got the call right. It was on the inside of the baseline and went foul just before it got to the bag. Count holds at 2-2. Boy, that had extra bases written all over it. And the pitch. Chop foul off the top of the Tilden dugout. McCoy looks in for the sign and delivers. Pop up. Just on the right field grass and a collision and it falls in. That's going to be an error, and I think we're going to charge that error to the right fielder for running over the second baseman coming in. But Gabe O'Brien is the tying run at first and brings up Cole Timon, who twice today has grounded into a fielder's choice.
The catcher, Cole Timon.
Short to second. It's time for one of those patented Cole Timon doubles. He squares to bunt. Took it for a strike. Tilden bluffed the throw down to first, but O'Brien back in safely. Here's the pitch. It's right down the middle for a strike, but O'Brien's in at second. No balls, 2 strikes to Cole Timon.
Yeah, let's see if we can get him to punch it down to the right field.
Yeah, there's a big hole over in right field. Here's the pitch. That's high for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cole Timon. Nobody out. O'Brien on second. He's the tying run. Here's the pitch. High chopper over to short. Throw to first in time. So Timon, the 3rd time he's hit it to short today. 1 down. And it's our Geno's player of the game, Campbell Kapanke. One down. And the pitch. Pop up. Foul territory, and not able to make the catch is Skatasa. So a breath of life for Kapanki. I think that goes as an error against Skatasa, because it gives Kapanki new life. O'Brien takes the lead at second. Here's the pitch. Fouled away off the right side. No balls, 2 strikes. Kapanki steps back in. And the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. So that leaves it up to Xavier Bemnister. 2 down. Bemnister's 0 for 2. Grounded to second and flew out to center field. Here's the pitch. Ground ball through the hole into left field. Here comes O'Brien. He's going to score. And into second is Bemnister with a 2-out double to left field. And Gabe O'Brien scores the tying run. All right. Xavier Bemnister, standing on second, represents the winning run. Brings up Ben Boda. 0 for 2. Grounded to third and flew out to center field. Here's the pitch. Fouled off on the right side. We're all tied in the bottom of the 7th inning. Dan, this has been a heck of a ball game.
Yeah, and it's not over yet. We got runner on
Here's
second.
the pitch. Check swing, strike called. No balls, 2 strikes.
Just got to be aware of that outside corner.
Here's where you've got to protect the plate. And the pitch. Chop foul. Count holds at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. There's the pitch. Outside for a ball. One ball and 2 strikes to Ben Boda. And the pitch. It's outside. Curveball just missed. I think it just missed high. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Winning run at second. Here's the pitch. High ball 3, and the count goes full. Here's the pitch. Check swing. And they called that they say he went around. So Boda goes down on strikes. But more importantly, the Cavaliers pick up a run on 1 hit. There was 1 error and 1 left on base. We've completed 7. We get some extra baseball today, Dan, as we head to extra innings with the Cavaliers and the Tilden Tigers all tied at 1-1 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, May 27th, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cavaliers taking on the Central Wisconsin Bandits from Simpson Field on the UW Eau Claire campus. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-2 begins with Cowboy Kickoff at 3:35 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, May 27th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Jason, let's go see your room.
That's not right. How was it? Is it good?
And we head into the 8th inning. New pitcher for the Cavaliers is Mitch Voller. So for Andrew Miller, it's almost a shame that he'll get a no decision out of this because he pitched a dandy of a game. Went 7 innings, gave up 1 run on that home run, so it was an earned run. He only gave up 3 hits, struck out 10, and only walked 3. So a real nice outing for him. Now, last year, Mitch Voller threw a little bit for the Cavs. He had a 6.75 earned run average, but he only threw about 4 innings. And let's see. So Nolan Byer is leading things off in the 8th inning. He's 0 for 3 today. 1-1, we're in the 8th inning. Fowler into the wind and the pitch. Must have been low because that looked pretty good from up here. Fowler looking in. Kicks and fires. Chopper over to third and over to first in time for the out. That's going to bring up Lucas Steinmetz. Steinmetz is 0 for 1. He struck out, but he's also drawn 2 walks. Mitch Voller looking in. Here's the pitch. Strike called on the inside corner. And the pitch. Strike called again on the inside corner. Here's the wind and the pitch. That one just missed inside. Fowler looking in. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here's the wind and the 1-2 pitch outside for ball 2. Evens the count up. Fowler winds and fires. Ground ball over to second, picked up by Erickson. Toss over to first in time. 2 down, and it's going to bring up Luke Schemenauer, who has been guilty of strikeouts 3 times. Here's the wind in the pitch. That one just misses. Gets past Hyman. 1 ball, no strikes. Little action going on in the Cavalier bullpen. Jackson Vance warming up down there. Also some action going on down in the Tilden bullpen. Here's the pitch. It's outside for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 down, nobody on. We're in the 8th inning. Brady Christensen warming up for the Tilden Tigers. Time called. Ball must have gotten away from the, yeah, it did, from the Tilden bullpen. And the pitch. Pop foul out of play on the right side. Off the bleachers. And that's a sight I've been missing. Seeing the kids running after the foul ball. That's baseball. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 3. Fowler looks in and delivers. Grind right back to Fowler. Line shot right to the belly button of Fowler, and he caught it.
That guy's a ninja.
As Jeremy says, that guy's a ninja. That's almost what it looked like. So we played 7.5, and we're still tied at 1-1 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Give me another ad.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
So we're getting ready for the bottom of the 8th inning. Due up for the Cavaliers, Luke Erickson, and Jack Redwine is going to bat for Connor O'Reilly. PJ Lakoya still going at it for the Tilden Tigers. And the pitch is outside. Strike call, or outside corner, I should say. And check swing. But he held up. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Luke Erickson foul back. That was almost ready for you, Dan. That was just over the press box on our left.
Couldn't get one already this season.
Well, I tell you. And the pitch. It's outside for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Luke Erickson popped out to second and then got hit by the pitch. Outside, ball 3. Count is full. Three balls, 2 strikes. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fly ball out into right center field. Moving over is Halverson. He makes the catch. So that's going to bring up Jack Redwine.
Number 20, Jack Redwine.
College stand. And the first pitch is foul ball. Redwine played over at UW Stout, hit 200 there in 25 at-bats. He did have a home run. So no balls and a strike to Redwine. Here's the pitch outside for a ball. Pitch was outside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swing. He tried to end the game right there. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Felt the breeze off of that one up here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, and a strike called on the outside corner. So Redwine goes down looking. That's going to bring up Tyson Woodcock.
Tyson Woodcock.
That's 7 strikeouts for Lakoya.
And Woodcock swings and misses for strike 1. Woodcock is victim of 2 of those strikeouts. And a strike called on the outside corner. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So, Cavaliers go down 1-2-3 in the 8th. We are still tied at 1 after 8 innings. And you're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame. Our next broadcast will be on Monday, Memorial Day, May 29th, when we will bring you the annual Billy Nas Memorial Game between the Cavaliers and the Eau Claire Bears from Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 10:35 a.m. That's live Cavalier Baseball on Memorial Day, May 29th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
So we head to the 9th. We're all tied at 1. Cavaliers and the Tilden Tigers. This is boiling down to the kind of battle we thought it might be. Only much more a pitcher's duel than we thought there might be a battle of putting runs across the plate. Mitch Fowler on the mound in relief of Andrew Milner, who threw a dandy of a game for 7 innings, and then Fowler came on through the 8th and is now ready to throw the 9th. Due up for the Tigers are Scott Scatassa, PJ Lakoya, and Adam LaRock won't be. It's going to be the other buyer. I think they said Ryan Buyer. We'll see if LaRock re-enters. Oh, he's leaving the ballpark. So Adam LaRock will not be re-entering the game. I hope his ankle is okay. So leading off, Scott Scatassa. He's 1 for 3. He's got a base hit. Grounded off the pitcher's glove to short over to first. And then grounded third to first. First pitch is a called strike on the outside third. Here's the wind and the pitch. Just missed inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. To third baseman, Scott Scatassa. Here's the wind. And the 1-1 pitch. Right down the middle of Water Street on that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Chop foul at the plate. Count still 1-2. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ooh, they called that low. Baller's fastball tends to come in a little bit low. If you're going to miss low. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Outside, ball 3. Full count to Scott Scatassa. Fowler looking in. Kicks and fires. Chop foul at the plate. I guess Jeremy has discovered the pollen over there. Here's the wind and the payoff pitch. Chopper over to short. Scoop by Boda. Throw over to first. Dug out there by Woodcock in time for the out. So, that'll bring up PJ LaCoya with 1 down. Last time LaCoya came up, he made the Cavs pay as he planted one out in the football field. There's the wind and the pitch. Outside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike to PJ LaCoya. Aside from that home run, LaCoya struck out and popped to short, or popped to third. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Ground ball. Scooped up by third and not in time. They marked that a hit. Boda got the scoop after it scooted underneath Garcia's glove, and the throw did not get over to first in time. So give him an infield hit.
The catcher, Ryan Meyer.
And that's going to take us back to the top of the order with Ryan Beyer. First pitch is a strike. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. LaCoya on first. Fowler takes a look over at first. And the pitch. Strike 3 called right down the middle of the plate. Beyer didn't like it, but it was right there. That's going to bring up Drew Steinmetz. Steinmetz is 0 for 3 and a walk. LaCoya with a lead. And the pitch. Fly ball, foul territory, and Woodcock can't, it was out of play anyway. Woodcock made a good effort at it. The hat came flying off. Brady Christensen heading back down to the bullpen to get some more throws in for the Tilden Tigers. Here's the pitch. Strike called at the letters. Mitch Fowler looking in. He delivers inside. That almost got Steinmetz. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down, runner on first. Fowler delivers. That's outside. Counts even at 2-2. Lot of 2s out there now. 22 at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Two on the mound. He delivers. Ground ball foul down the third baseline. Drew Steinmetz at the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 down. Fowler looking in. Checks first. And delivers. Outside, ball 3. We've got traveling time here now. LaCoya will be off on the pitch. Full count, 2 down. PJ LaCoya at first. Fowler at the belt. LaCoya takes off. Fly ball out into right field and caught out there to end the inning by O'Brien. So for Tilden, No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning, and the score is still tied at 1 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Okay, we head to the bottom of the 9th inning. 2 innings of extra inning baseball in this one. Cavaliers and the Tilden Tigers all knotted up at 1. And Dan, we've got a whole nother ball game. What was it you were just saying?
Yeah, I said these guys are going to be gassed before the second game. I already see that Connor O'Reilly will be coming in for Cole Timon.
So, bottom of the 9th inning, Josh Garcia leads things off. Garcia's 0 for 3. Grounded to the pitcher, flew out to center field, and grounded to third. There's the pitch. Squares to bunt, takes back for a ball. Here's the wind and the 1-0 pitch. It's high for ball 2. Don't forget, when this first game finally does end, we are going to have to leave the air for a couple minutes while we reset our equipment. Swing and foul back into the screen. 2 balls and a strike. PJ LaCoya still on the mound, and he fires. That's a called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. LaCoya fires. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. So Garcia goes down looking. Brings up Caden Erickson. Erickson singled in his first at bat. Then flew out to right and grounded to second. There's the pitch. Strike called right down the middle. Wind in the pitch. Check swing, foul. No balls, 2 strikes to Caden Erickson. And the pitch. Outside for a ball. Ryan Byer behind the plate tried to frame that one. Didn't get the call, though. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball through the hole into right field. A base hit for Caden Erickson. So the winning run is on base for the Cavaliers. And that brings up Gabe O'Brien, who also has a base hit. He's 1 for 3, single to center field. He also got on an error when the second baseman and the right fielder collided with each other. And Erickson steals second as Byer kind of slipped as he tried to throw it. So Erickson safely at second. Winning run in scoring position. 1 out. O'Brien hits a long fly ball to the left field, but under it to make the play. And Erickson gets over to third. Lucas Steinmetz made the catch out in left field. And that brings up Cole Timon. And we're going to have a bit of a discussion at the mound. Panky on deck. Timon steps in. 2 down. Runner on third. That's the winning run on third. Fly ball foul out of play on the right side. Caden Erickson on third. And the pitch is high for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Got a final from that game between Beef River and Bloomer. It was the Woodticks 8 and the Beef River Bullfrogs 4 in game 1 of their doubleheader. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. Timon goes down swinging. Cavs got the winning run over to third, but couldn't get him across the plate. And we're going to go to the 10th. As we head to the 10th inning, it's 1-1 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ballgame. Our next broadcast will be on Monday, Memorial Day, May 29th, when we will bring you the annual Billy Nas Memorial Game between the Cavaliers and the Eau Claire Bears from Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 10:35 a.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Memorial Day, May 29th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
So Mitch Voller takes a trip back out to the mound to start the 10th inning. It's his 3rd inning of relief. As we're all tied at 1. This game was supposed to go 7. And I guess such a nice day they decided to play some extra baseball. And we got a whole nother game to go after this.
Yeah, and I thought that Connor O'Reilly was going to come in and catch, but Cole Timon comes back.
I think Connor is slated to catch the second game. Voller finishing up his warm-up tosses. So, leading off the 10th inning for the Tilden Tigers, Tanner Halverson. Halverson is 0 for 3 and a walk. Aller looking in for the sign. Starts his motion. Kicks and fires. Check, swing, strike called on the outside corner. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ground ball over to short. Taken there by Boda. Throw over to first in time. That's going to bring up John Shook. Shook is 1 for 3 with a double. He also drew a walk. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike one. That double that he got a couple innings ago was out to right field. And O'Brien came in to make the play, tried to make a shoestring catch, and it skidded under his glove and rolled out to the fence. Here's the wind and the 0-1 pitch. Outside for ball one. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ground ball down the third baseline, foul. Carl Krummenauer in the coach's box made a nice scoop of it. One ball, two strikes, one down. We're in the top of the 10th. Fowler winds and delivers. Just inside for a ball. Mitch Fowler on the mound. He winds and delivers. Outside, ball three. Count goes full. Mitch Fowler looks in. Here's the wind and the kick. And the pitch. Pop foul coming back towards us. Timon couldn't quite get there. Count holds at 3-2. Folks, you still got time to get over here to Carson Park. Catch the second game of this doubleheader. It's a beautiful day at the ballpark. The concession stand is running. The breeze is blowing. The sun is out. Can't ask for a nicer day for baseball. Mitch Fowler winds and fires. Line shot out into left center field. That's through the gap and all the way to the fence. Bounces high off the fence and returned back in. Checking in at second is John Shook.
That's the second double of the day.
Yeah, he's had a good day at the plate. And it looks like we are going to have a pinch runner for him. Alex Ruff.
Pinch runner for the Tigers, number 10, Alex Ruff.
So Ruff, who's actually the second baseman, is going to come in and pinch run for Shook. Since Shook was DHing for him anyway. And the ball gets past Timon, high off the screen, and Ruff is on third. So the go-ahead run is on third with one out. Nolan Byer at the plate, 0 for 4. Grounded to third, grounded to second, flew to center, and popped out to short. Fowler at the belt. And the pitch. Swing and foul back. One ball, one strike. Fowler's pitch. Ground ball foul down the third base line. 1-2 is the count. We're in the top of the 10th inning. Fowler looking in for the sign. Peeks over at third. And the pitch. Fly ball foul off the left side. Out of play.
Yeah, he's jumping on that fastball.
One and two is the count. Fowler at the belt. And the pitch. Check swing. Got it back to Fowler. And Fowler makes the play at first after looking the runner back to third for 2 outs. That's going to bring up Lucas Steinmetz, who is 0 for 2 and drawn 2 walks. Two down. Steinmetz struck out looking and also grounded to second. And time called. Steinmetz steps back in. Fowler looking over at third. And delivers to the plate. Inside for a ball. Mitch Fowler, been around for at least 3 years with the Cavaliers. Or I was going to say at least this is his third, at minimum his third season. And a called strike at the letters. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. John Shook at third. Fowler at the belt. And the 1-2 pitch inside. 2 balls. It's 2 and 1, I should have said. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 down. Fowler looking in and delivers.
Good.
Low and inside.
Good snag there by Cole Timon.
That Timon's really glad he's probably not catching the second game. He's had to work pretty hard behind the plate today. Three and 1 is the count. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Top of the 10th inning, runner on third. Lucas Steinmetz at the plate. Mitch Fowler on the mound, and he delivers. Pop up, foul territory. But Garcia moves over and makes the catch. So, for the Tilden Tigers, they pick up no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors. 1 left on base. We've played 9 1/2. And we're still tied at 1 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Back here at Carson Park, as we are headed to the bottom of the 10th inning, and we are all tied. Brady Christensen on the mound now for the Tigers. So, PJ LaCoya pitched 9 innings, gave up 1 run on 5 hits, and he struck out 10. Didn't walk anybody, but did have 1 hit by pitch. And he is also not in line to get a decision in this game. Somebody warming up down in the Cavalier bullpen. I think it's Jackson Vance again.
Yep.
Dan's got the binoculars. And the first pitch is a called strike on the outside corner to Campbell Kapanke, our Geno's player of the day. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Remember, if you go out to Geno's tomorrow and you mention Campbell's name, you get a free soft drink. If he ends up scoring either in this game or in the second game, you get a free appetizer. That's 1 per table. There's the pitch. Outside. Back to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Campbell Kapanke. Campbell doubled in the 5th inning. Pitch is high for a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's going to bring up Xavier Bemnister. Xavier doubled his last time up. And the pitch outside for a ball. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. Here's the pitch. That's high for a ball. And the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, with 1 out to Xavier Bemnister. And the pitch is outside. Count goes full to Bemnister. Ben Boda on deck. And the pitch. Strike three, and the ball gets by the catcher and down to first. And they got it there just in time to beat Bemnister. And Ryan Bemnister is going to go out and have a discussion with the umpire.
Yeah, he must have got tagged on his back.
So, Bemnister goes down with a strikeout that had a little more action than they usually do. It's going to bring up Ben Boda. Ben is 0 for 3, grounded out, flew out, and struck out. Christensen on the mound and delivers. It's outside for a ball. That's several now that have gotten past the catcher to the backstop.
Yeah, on that outside corner.
Christensen delivers. 2 balls, no strikes. To Ben Boda. Here's the pitch. That's a strike on the outside third. And the pitch. Ground ball right back up the middle. Fielded at second. Throw over to first. And it's safe at first. And he called him safe at first. The umpire saying that he pulled his foot. Tilden Tigers thought that it was an out. It was a pretty spectacular play over at second base by Ruff, who threw it from the seat of his pants behind the bag and still almost made the play. That's going to have to go as an infield hit for Ben Boda. As Jeremy says, that might have been a makeup call, and you know, I wouldn't argue very hard with you about that, Jeremy. Still discussing the play at first. Alex Ruff trying to find out why he didn't get the put out on that. All right, at the plate, Luke Erickson. And it's a strike call. No balls and 1 strike to Erickson. Christensen, throw over to first. Oda back in.
Yeah, that one was close.
You know, if you get on the pitcher's nerves, though, he might put one over into the fence. And the pitch. Check swing, strike called. No balls, 2 strikes to Luke Erickson. Christensen at the belt. And delivers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Throw it on to second. It doesn't matter, because that's the 3rd out of the inning. So we've completed 10, and we're still tied at 1-1. Somebody's going to have to want to win this one, but you're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. And we are back here at Carson Park. We've played 10 innings and we still don't have a result. New pitcher for the Cavaliers, Jackson Vance. So for Mitch Voller, Voller threw 3 innings, didn't allow any runs. Gave up 2 hits. Oh, wait a minute, I'm looking at the wrong thing here. 2 hits. That was right. And struck out 1 and did not walk anybody. Jackson Vance on the mound for the Cavaliers. Vance last year had a 3.09 ERA and a win-loss record of 3-0. He threw 23 1/3 innings, almost all of it in relief. And Luke Schemenauer to start things off for the Tilden Tigers. Schemenauer is 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts, and a wicked line shot right back into Mitch Voller on the pitcher's mound. He just kind of stuck his glove in the right place and made the snag. And the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Bemnister had to come in too far, and it falls in for a base hit. So Schemenauer singles to center. It's going to bring up Scott Scatassa.
Third baseman, Scott Scatassa.
Vance looking in and shows bunt. Throw down to first. Kind of got away from Woodcock, but Erickson snagged it. Scatassa is 0 for 3. He's grounded out 3 times. Oh, check that. He's 1 for 4. Grounded out 3 times and singled once. Here's the pitch. It's outside for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Vance at the belt, and he pitches. Pop up in the infield. Erickson under it, waits, and makes the catch. One down, brings up
The pitcher, Brady Christensen.
Brady Christensen. Squares to bunt, pops it up. It's caught by Vance, throw over to first. Not in time to double off Schemenauer. But Christensen pops back to the pitcher. And that's going to bring up Ryan Beyer.
The catcher, Ryan Beyer.
Or Aaron Beyer. That's what it is. He wasn't on our roster. So it's Aaron Beyer. Sorry about that, Aaron. Ryan's not such a bad name. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Beyer struck out his last time up. There's the pitch. That one just missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Schemenauer with a pretty decent lead at first. Vance looking in. Schemenauer takes off, pitches outside, and Schemenauer had a great jump off of Jackson Vance. So the go-ahead run is on second in scoring position. 2 balls, 1 strike. Aaron Byer. Here's the pitch. And Timon can't find it. He blocked it, and then it got hung up in his feet, and he couldn't find it, and Schemenauer ends up on third. 3 balls, 1 strike. 2 down. Jackson Vance delivers. Ball 4. So Byer draws the walk. It's going to bring up Drew Steinmetz. And the first pitch is a ball. And a strike called. And the pitch is in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike. Runners on the corners. Here's the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. Counts even at 2-2. And that pitch just missed. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. It'll be traveling time for Byer over at first. Byer takes off. Fly ball, shallow left field. Coming on is Kapanke, and he makes the catch. So, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 were left on base. After 10 and a half, it's still tied at 1 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-2 and the Northern Light Webcasting Network bring you some tough semi-pro gridiron action. Our next broadcast will be on Saturday, May 27th, when we will bring you the Eau Claire Cavaliers taking on the Central Wisconsin Bandits from Simpson Field on the UW Eau Claire campus. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-2 begins with Cowboy Kickoff at 3:35 p.m. That's live Eau Claire Cowboy football on Saturday, May 27th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-2.
Hey, can you chop the pineapple? Chop the pineapple.
Nope. I'm high. How about I wash off the grapes?
Yes.
Okay.
You're already making good decisions when you're high.
I want tacos. Will you drive? I'm a little toasty.
Nope. I'm high. Let's order in.
Don't make an exception when it comes to driving. If you feel different, you drive different.
And we're apologizing for those of you that may have lost the stream, and hopefully have found it again because this is too good a game not to get. Tied at 1 in the bottom of the 11th. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, foul down the left field line.
Foul ball brought to you by Westside Bar, located 1807 North Carolina Avenue.
Just a little inside.
1-2 is the count. And a fly ball falls in, fair ball. And so we have a runner at first for the Cavs. And we have a pinch runner coming in. By the way, that was Jack Redwine that got the single.
Pitch running for the Cavaliers, number 11, Jaden Pascal.
Tyson Woodcock. Step into the plate.
Number 12, Tyson Woodcock.
Back and safe is Pascal. Here's a stretch. Pascal goes. Throw down to second. And he's in safe. Got under the tag. Cavaliers get a runner in scoring position. 1 ball, no strikes. No outs. On the bottom of the 11th. If you're trying to get us on YouTube, we had some difficulties. Here's a bunt. The throw to first is in time. But that moves the runner down to third. Good bunt for Tyson Woodcock. So that puts us back at the top of the order. Josh Garcia. And we have a time by Tilden. Quick little meeting at the mound. 1 out. Bottom of the 11th. Coach Ben Minster is going to talk to Garcia also. I don't know if you do the squeeze bunt here or just try to get a sack, fly in the outfield. Garcia steps into the box. Here's the pitch. Little high. Ball 1.
And the pitch, grounded back, or fouled back into the screen. Josh Garcia, 0 for 4. Winning run, sitting at third. Two balls and a strike. And a fly ball down the left side, foul.
Yeah, Garcia's got to get this out in the outfield.
And we're sorry for having all of a sudden our computer decided it was not going to play. And in to score the winning run of the Cavaliers! Jaden Pascal comes in to score as Josh Garcia hit a hard shot to second. They tried to make the play at the plate, and it was not in time. And the Cavaliers come out on top by a score of 2-1. And we'll be back with Talking Baseball right after this quick timeout.
Of Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Talking Baseball with a look back at today's game. Time now for Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game, presented by Mama Squirrel's Cleaning and more. And now, back out to the ballpark.
And so it is time for Talking Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. And so the Cavaliers come away with a victory in Game 1 by a score of 2-1. Cavaliers scored 2 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors. And the Tilden Tigers, 1 run on 6 hits and 1 error. It took 11 innings to get this one solved. Winning pitcher, Jackson Vance. And the losing pitcher was Brady Christensen. So, Cavaliers get their season off on the right start. We're going to leave the air as if we haven't already, and then we will try to get things reset for Game 2 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. You've been tuned to Talkin' Baseball on NLWN-TV.
You have been tuned to Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball game, presented by Mama Squirrel's Cleaning and more. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV will now have to leave the air briefly so we can reset our equipment to bring you Game 2 of today's doubleheader. Please close out of our channel on YouTube and come back in a few moments when you see that Game 2 is available. This is the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.